Hey, Terry being here with another fun, exciting episode of Business Growth Time. We've got Kelly McCausey, where we're going to talk about how you can influence your network and your community and inject it with love and make money doing it. I'm really excited about how she does that. But before we get into a better introduction of her, let's say hello to my little podcasting pal, high school buddy, 30th reunion having lovely lady. 30, kid, you're old. Face it. Janet E. Johnson, where today the E is going to stand for...
Oh, look at him look around.
Endometrius. Yeah, that's what it stands for. That's exactly what it is today, because I just saw that on the window. Would you believe it?
No, I don't believe that.
No, I don't even know if it's a word. Let's be honest.
What is that? I don't even know. Terry didn't plan today, but he never does. But that's...
Terry's 135 shows into this, man. We're running low.
Running low on the E's, yeah.
I gotta get that. Remember that big dictionary I showed you like 3 years ago?
We have this many E's in it. Yeah, exactly.
We probably did. I could use escort, but we never talk about that.
Oh. Look at Kelly's eyes just...
It's going to be like that, Kelly.
All right. Watch out.
Now you know you're dipped in. So, Janet, you know Kelly. You've bought programs from Kelly. Kelly's been doing podcasts since 2003. Good Lord, building online communities since probably before that. So she's steeped in this world. Tell Ernie about the program you did with her, and then how you know her, and then how she came on the show.
Yeah. Well, we kind of have just mutual peers, the friends. And so we know Bob through Lead Pages. And then I had been part of a membership site years ago where you were providing images every month. Yeah. And now you said you evolved that, Kelly. So I'll let you take it from there and tell us kind of a little more about your background.
Sure. So Image Monthly was born out of a statement that everyone should write down. If it goes without saying, say it. In my world, I got started doing graphic design and websites way back in the day. And so graphic design, choosing images, choosing fonts, putting it all together comes to me as easily as breathing. And so when I was thinking about a micro-continuity program to start, I was trying to think of something that would meet a need. And several people said, oh, you should do something around images. You should do something around graphic design. And I just thought, yeah. That's all out there. Everyone knows that. But someone smart had said to me, if it goes without saying, say it. Don't assume that just because it's common knowledge to you, it's common knowledge to everyone. So I launched Image Monthly as a micro-continuity program where every month we delivered a real mini training about graphics, choosing colors, fonts, putting it together, showing off graphic branding that I really admired out there in the wild. And then we included a set of sourced images that you could use with your content. And it was really successful. We did that for 3 years, and then we morphed it into white label perks, which is we still provide graphics, but we're also providing private label written content to go with it.
Very helpful. Very helpful. Well, and that was before the world of Canva and the things that kind of simplified getting graphics a little easier than we used to be able to. Yeah. So that's, and you know what? Let's talk about that. I think this is kind of a cool subject, is just how you saw a need in the first place. But then after a few years, life changes, the world changes, the internet changes. And so you were able to continue the same thing, but you made some changes to it so that you could continue the same membership site on.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
It's interesting because, when I was doing graphics, back when I got paid to do graphics in the early days, let's say you needed an e-cover or a box shot to represent an opt-in gift or a product you wanted to sell. You did not know how to do it. So you had to pay me $50, $75, $100 per image.
Yeah.
To design that because you needed my expertise. These days you can go over to Canva and you can pop out a 3D looking graphic just like that. And so naturally I don't do services anymore. I just kind of worked myself. I fired myself from service work and focused on digital information.
Makes sense.
But there are still people who do design work like that and get paid really well for it by people who need to have a really professional, slick look to compete in their market. But here's what's interesting is even though Canva is easy, even though royalty-free images are like flowing like water on the internet, even though my market is still full of people who are like, yeah, I know, but would you please just curate something for me? So I'm still selling image resources. I'm still providing templates. I'm still getting paid really well for it. It's just that I found a way to package it so that it's super affordable and saves people time.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And the reality is we live in a world where the do-it-yourself is a great idea, but done for you is a heck of a lot better value for most people.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, well, I've had, I hired the graphic designer that I have many years ago, and we've morphed also from, he really only creates graphics for me now. I mean, we don't create graphics for, we could brand all sorts of other people and that kind of thing, but that's not an area that we focus on. But there's so much content that we're pushing out that we need our own graphics for, that I keep them busy anyway.
Yeah.
So people need that, and that's something that, but it has morphed over time. So let me ask you about memberships, because this is interesting, because Terry and I both talked about memberships and ongoing memberships. And I have one that I kind of pulled back on and haven't been promoting it very much. So I do have one in existence, but it's kind of, I want to reinvent it. So let's put it that way. And then Terry just started something too. So do you have any advice for people like us that like want to start this membership thing, and how to continue getting people to pay you month after month after month? Look at Terry. Yeah. Yes.
We like passive income, right? If you can do that, you win, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. So there's, I've run everything from the micro continuity membership where some people were only paying $5 a month for Image Monthly, but there were 500 members. So it was making a really nice income for the little amount of work that went into it. There's like the white label perks membership is $27 a month. I have Momentum Coaching Mastermind, that's $97 a month. Where you fall in price point speaks to how hard you're going to work. Not hard, I hate the word hard. How intentional you're going to be about keeping that client. A micro continuity program, people don't quit those. It's
like the $20 gym membership. I may never use it, but take my money here.
It's so inexpensive. You just have to keep providing what you promised, and they are happy as a clam. If you're coming in at $27 a month for my market, it's not unusual for me to start to see drop off around 6 to 8 months of people who are saying, did I use it? I didn't use it. I might as well let it go. So at that level, I want to keep surprising them. So
got it.
Even if they're not consistently using the resource, they never know when we're going to throw some other value into the mix. Bonus set of images, a bonus resource, a journal template, something cool that keeps that person who's just kind of waffling. They're like, I'm not going to quit because she might really rock my world next month with something cool. At the $97 value for my market, It's interesting. That's the one that has the least churn.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Because that's people who would like to coach with me who can't because my coaching program is full or it's out of their price range. $97 a month gives them access to me in small groups. And that access creates a big sense of FOMO. Like if someone has to miss a meeting, they're like, what did they talk about? What did they do? But I also surprise and delight them with bonuses as well.
Okay.
For example, people who are in that monthly program get a free ticket to my exposure and profit event, as long as they're still a member when we get to the event in October.
Okay.
That's a $500 gift.
Okay.
So surprise them. That's the big thing. Surprise them and keep telling them what's coming up.
So constant communication with a little bit of a twist is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I want to tell them this is what's coming up next month. Or, oh my gosh, the idea I have for September is amazing. To keep them thinking forward and being committed to that with you. But then when I say surprise them, I mean like literally just boop, an email that says, you guys, I got this thing. It's so cool. I'm selling it over here for this much. It's yours.
You get it, right? Yeah, like I think that inside club thing, it actually named our group Club MCC so people could feel like they were literally in the club, right? Or not in the club. So yeah, the idea of giving them something on a constant basis that doesn't necessarily, that they're not expecting makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
Do you run this as a Facebook group? What's the platform that you use? How do you keep them engaged and where?
So they are on Facebook. Prior to 2016, I had a private forum on my website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that was the thing. Back when I started my first membership in 2004, I've always had a private forum. But my people in 2016 just rioted and said, it's so much easier to function over there. Can we please? And I was so resistant. I stomped my feet. But I can want what I want all day long if my paying customers want something else. So I'm on Facebook.
Yeah. And then you obviously have probably the membership side of things in your website.
Yeah, the member resources are on my website.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I don't deliver content in Facebook. I don't like that.
Got it. Okay. But you must do like lives in your groups and stuff like that.
Yeah, I do lives. I do discussions.
Yeah.
The incidental additional things I'll do on Facebook. But if I'm sharing, like I don't use those Facebook units to deliver training.
Mm-mm. No, I haven't either.
It's over in my membership area.
Yep.
Facebook what?
Units. Yeah, I mean it's a great option for somebody that like Terry doesn't. I have membership obviously through Kartra and then Terry, but Terry doesn't have a membership.
Terry's still stuck on Facebook units. What now?
But explain Facebook units to him.
In Facebook groups, somewhere over the last year, Facebook started to roll out a learning function. If you identify your group as being focused on learning, it'll open up a feature called units. And then you can create unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, and your members can check off that they consumed it, and you can see if they consumed it.
They built an LMS inside of Facebook groups.
Yeah.
Probably not as good as the other thing.
Why am I finding out about this today?
And Facebook is going to let us charge for group access soon.
Yeah, they have that too. So you can actually charge for them to become the member. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not wild about that personally because I have an affiliate program.
Yeah.
So I would not want people paying me through Facebook. I want them to pay me through my cart because then my referral partners can earn their commissions.
True. Yeah. And that's, I mean, I'm used to having it on another site too, but I think, I mean, it's a word. And the thing is, you could build a group and get it to a point with the units to, where you go, okay, now I need my own membership while you get started,
As a free challenge tool, I think it's sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, exactly. Cool.
Love it.
So Terry, why don't you run across your, I'm just, talking memberships. So Terry and I have had this call about, we were talking about, he is now starting, he runs a big group in Detroit, and, they come in
And a small one in Lansing.
Really?
There you go. Oh,
Mhm.
interesting. Well, there you go. You
Capital
guys
City Connect exists too. Yeah, we always talk about Motor City Connect, but Capital City Connect's got over 1,000 people on its LinkedIn page.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's a fun
So
time.
you have a back end that he's trying to like get members so that they're paying ongoing. And he was talking about to me doing webinars like monthly, that kind of thing. And
Training, Tanity.
Yeah, webinars you got to watch out for, because those are known for free plus you pitch. You know what I mean? Like, that's just a different world. But what I said was, my thought was, it's just not quite enough. Like, there's got to be more to it than, it's got to be exclusive content, that kind of thing. So what would you add to that, Kelly?
Well, it depends. So, it depends. Terry, what you bring value just by showing up for your people. Just by creating a community and taking that stand that, hey, we're entrepreneurs, we're smart, talented, driven, motivated, we can do it. Look what I'm doing. I believe in you. That brings value to members. That's true of me. It's true of you. It's true of you, Janet. You just bring value just by showing up in a space. So there's a client I have who I've encouraged her. I haven't convinced her yet. All she needs to do is open up a space and be there for her people once a month, and they'll pay for it, because they feel so good in her proximity. I don't know if that's true of every single situation. My $97 a month membership, I deliver nothing but me in group calls. So
How many times a month do you do that?
That's a weekly call. There's 3 different groups that have weekly calls.
Okay.
I just show up, drink coffee, and gab with them about whatever they want to.
Got it.
And there's no delivery of resources. And like I said, that membership has the least amount of churn. But that is, to me, like the cream of the crop of memberships, when you just don't have to do anything but show up. That's cream of the crop for me. Now, my friend Nicole, she would rather shoot herself in the head than commit to a weekly call with people. She would much rather deliver a resource. So what is exciting for you is different for everybody.
Kelly and I are twins, separated at birth, possibly. I'm not really sure, but we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
DNA test, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really drink coffee, but show up on a call and talk for an hour.
Yeah. There's this.
Okay.
So Terry, when you think about the people that you are speaking to, and what they want to create for themselves as entrepreneurs, do they want to take themselves seriously? Do they want to spend time with other people who take themselves seriously? Do they want to lean into being that person they want to be? Like,
I'm hoping it's that one, because the people that want to take themselves too seriously are probably not a very good fit for me, or at least I'm not a very good fit for them.
Yeah.
Seriously is in profit. Maybe we need to say take themselves profitably.
I hope that, and there's a good distinction there, right? Because I think the people that gravitate toward me are expecting a few things, right? They're expecting to learn some things about getting better connected and dialed into the universe, their business, and themselves. I think they're also kind of interested in the idea of, hey, this guy seems kind of chill and cool and laid back and fun. Let's figure out how to have more of that, right? Live your authentic life. I think that's a key. And I think they just like the idea of doing things that are bigger than themselves, right? So, you talk about showing up. I talk about that all the time, right? Networking rule number one is you have to show up, right? Period. And now it's, but you have to be present too. It's not enough just to walk in the room. You got to walk in with intention, focused on what you're going to do for that time period. But the same thing for this group stuff is, how are you showing up? How are you presenting yourself? What are you bringing into the room that you should have left out of the room, right? Because everybody's got this mindset about how busy we are right now, right? And every time you tell somebody you're super busy, you're not sounding like you're important. You're sounding like you're a little bit stressed out and may not have enough time for them. Right? How does that make your prospect feel? They don't want to, I want your attention. I don't want to hear how busy you are. I want to know that you're going to have time and energy to focus on me. Right? So it's really about changing the narrative in that conversation in a lot of ways.
Yeah. There's busy is a banned word in my vocabulary.
Yes. That BANNED, not like, hey, let's rock out to that.
Right. It's banned. But the other, it's so weird to hear a dude talk like this, because I'm
very in touch with my feminine side.
Are ya? Because this is what us girls talk about. When we're together on our retreats, it's hard. It's unusual for me to hear a guy talk like that. So, yay!
Awesome. I like that. I'm going to take that as a compliment. I mean that sincerely. Listen, we focus on the wrong shit, right? Let's bottom line is we're impressed by the wrong things. We focus on the wrong things, right? So it really is a matter of it doesn't have to be like a full 180, but it's probably, 120 to 150 from a, kind of a reverse trend sort of thing. So I'm excited to see some of that happening. I'm excited to hear people talking about busy as a banned word, right? That's fantastic to me as well. It should be. So yeah, we'll just the group that I'm attracting. I forget. I had 4 pillars. Was I need them to be conscientious connectors, right? I need them to look for inspiration and seek that out and then be able to provide that too. Fun was the 4th one, and right now I don't remember what the 3rd one was. But I'm right now in the process of going from, I made a list of 30 people, 22 of them signed up. I'm still waiting to hear from a couple of them, and 4 said no. To I'm going to fill that 30, and then it's like, how do I bring in that next ring of folks, right? And that next ring of folks, you're gonna pay more, right? You didn't get the hand select, you didn't get to be in the founding members, right? So I'm gonna be reliant on the founding members to bring in a person or 6 over time. But, I'm trying to figure out, do I go out and hand select the next group? Do I put that on the founding members, I go select the next group, or do I make it like an open cattle call? An open cattle call scares the crap out of me a little bit, because without sounding like a total douche, there are people that want to spend time in my circle and be in that energy, right? And not everybody's a fit for that.
Right.
I pick the people I pick because I said, if this goes nowhere and never does a thing, these are at least people that I wouldn't mind go having a beer with.
Yes.
Right? And that was criteria of what.
So what's the membership?
I told you. What's the membership?
What's the membership?
What are you asking? Price, or what do they get? What are you asking?
Both.
Okay. So that's funny. The initial one was pretty easy, pretty straightforward. It was an annual fee. I made it priced under $200, but it was just a one-time hit. The next round, I'm vacillating. Is not the word I was initially going to use, but some PG show will clean it up. I'm vacillating between making it a lower entry fee with a higher application fee, so it still weeds some of those people out, or a higher monthly fee and a lower application fee, which will still weed people out. Because what I have right now is I've got these people getting together and going out and having like a 4-person lunch. Ooh. And I'm getting response back to, holy cow, that was the best networking lunch I've ever had in my life. How did you do that? Well, it's because I see the connection between people, right? I see that. You talk about it, design and font is like breathing.
Yeah.
Seeing the opportunity to connect people is breath for me, right? It's like, it's obvious. So when you can create that kind of synergy, it's magic for people.
Yeah.
Up until it's not, right? When you put two people in that absolutely belong together, and then you got, what was that guy, Shemp from the Three Stooges showing up as the third person? It's just not a fit. So I'm trying to avoid that. And I'm not a big fan of, I don't want to ever be in a conversation where I'm like, you know what, gosh, I really appreciate that you want to be in this group, but you're a hard no.
Yeah.
Thank you for applying. Go away.
Kelly, have you ever kicked anybody out of your group?
Well, yes. I mean, over the years in any kind of membership I've had where there's interaction, there's always been someone that is just like, whether they're disruptive on the forum, mistreating people, sharing scams, because my stuff has always been something about working at home. Mm-hmm. But we have an application process for Beachpreneurs retreats, the women-only retreats we do. So, there are people we say no thank you to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's easier to do that. Like, it's easier to set a system up where they self-select out, right? Yeah. Like, this is not a fit for me. I'm not going to apply. Love that idea, working on making sure that that's very doable and very clearly stated, right? When you put the rules of the group together, the group ultimately ends up moderating itself for the most part, right? If people know why they're in or not. And so is self-select out, good, great. The next phase is doing the application piece and then having some of those tougher conversations. But ultimately, it's way easier to not let somebody in than kick somebody out. At least that's what's in my head.
Yeah. With the Momentum Coaching Mastermind that I have right now, we're talking there's like 30 people in that membership because there's small groups. If somebody joins, they go to the first couple of sessions and then they say, this is not for me, then it's just a bless you, goodbye. And I'll even refund that first month just, because it's like, yep, it wasn't a fit. But my content marketing is such that by the time someone gets exposed to that invitation, they know whether they want to spend time with me.
Sure.
They know whether they have a business that I don't have respect for.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's the beauty of it. What's interesting though is, so I'm not the person I was 5-10 years ago. I've had a lot of transformation in my worldview. And so there are some.
Were you like an accountant or something, like super stuffy back in the day? Let's dig into that for a second.
I was really judgmental.
Got it.
And I'm still judgmental. Like, there's still things I have opinions about.
I gotta point this out for those of us that are listening at home or in the car. Kelly's got some pretty smurfy hair, man. This stuff is about as blue as it gets. So their nails match perfectly. I love that, by the way. So look, I could cut it up with the girls. I'm telling you. But I just wanted to, from a judgmental perspective, that's an important, like, it's cool that you've done whatever you've done to get there.
I've yeah.
Sorry to throw you off.
Full range of, I've been, so I'm changed. And so sometimes what I've discovered, especially since I've been through a season of transformation and my own mindset has changed so dramatically. Sometimes somebody will join the group and I will think to myself, oh my goodness, she's going to hate it. You know, she's not going to be able to handle it if I let a curse word fly, or if I express a strong opinion or give her some firm feedback on something, she's going to hate it. And then I check myself on that fixed mindset attitude towards that person. And I just shake it off and say, nope, she's growing and changing and capable of new thought just as much as I am. So since she joined, let's see how it goes.
Love it.
And it's really rare at this point that somebody comes in where I haven't kicked anybody out of Momentum Coaching Mastermind for anything other than lack of attendance. Because they are small groups, and if you're being really loosey-goosey about showing up, I'll suggest that you shouldn't be part of the group, because it has an impact on others when you don't show up.
Got it.
Is it kind of a group learning, group sharing thing? Are they responsible for providing content, thoughts, ideas, questions, anything, or is it like?
Well, yeah, they're invited to. They're invited to. Everybody's taking turns being in the hot seat right now.
Okay.
For choosing something that they would like feedback on their websites. But that's half of the call at best. So there's just a checking in, like, what do you want to say and share to get present with us? And then what topics do you guys have? And so I love to fly by the seat of my pants. You know, we might go flying off into opt-in ideas. We might go off into improving an affiliate program. We might talk about, you know, our fears and insecurities. Anything, whatever somebody wants to bring, that's what we're going to play with.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, you guys might be twins. Just kidding.
I love it. I had a thought about when you described what you're doing with your membership is you definitely need to charge more, because you're being a matchmaker with that expertise. You're providing huge value. But I also think about those people who you don't really want to come close. You don't want to matchmake them. There may be a second tier to your membership that's peer teaching. That where if you would already like to provide some cheering and teaching, mentoring to the members who are paying you to matchmake them, that content is gold. So there might be another level where for just micro continuity, just like $17 a month, I'll just give you access to the mentoring audios every month.
So that's funny. That's the weekend task, is to figure out what that content stream looks like, because I'm in the process of building it out for the group, but I'm also in the process of building it out as a corporate offering too. Right? So if I do this properly, it ends up being the same information, at least 85% of the same information, mildly redirected for different audiences. But it's like I've got a 90-day habit changing program that I sold and now need to build. So it's going to be kind of a good time. No, it's cool. It'll be fun.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, good. Well, Kelly, you gave us a lot of, I think this show is all about memberships, obviously.
It is now.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if that's what it was going in, but I mean, you've got three. So you said you basically have three tiers to your membership. I mean,
these are different businesses.
Yeah.
And they've all just evolved and grown over time. How did you know when to release the next one? Was it like there was demand, or was it like kind of like want to do something different? Was it you or them?
So when When we started White Label Perks, that's a partnership with Samantha Angel. When Image Monthly, after we'd been doing that for 3 years and we were spotting the difference in the industry, we thought, well, what if we change to do this and offer content, offering private label rights content? You don't want to mix offering a licensed content with the content that's not licensable. So we broke it off into a new brand. So it's an entirely different business, entirely different affiliate program. And so there was just a natural need for the differentiation.
Cool. Okay. Got it. Interesting. Well, good. So what's the best place for them to find you've talked about a lot of different programs, so I'm sure people might, pique their curiosity. So tell us where they can find you.
Well, I'm at lovepeoplemakemoney.com. That's my blog, my podcast, my coaching, my products, and you can find links to everything else there too.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, thank you, Kelly.
Thank you. It was a great conversation.
Yeah. Terry, you have one last feedback?
You know what? I've got lots of thoughts and comments, but you know what? The lovepeoplemakmoney.com probably has some answers to the questions that I'm thinking about, and maybe Ernie's thinking about too. Speaking of Ernie, you can find us. businessgrowthtime.xyz is our lovely Facebook group. Kelly, please join us there. And then for the rest of the podcasts that we've done in the past, businessgrowthtime.com/podcast. We hid them right there. Never mind. So
awesome. Thank you, Kelly. One last thing. What would be one action step you would say if somebody wants to start a membership? Where would they get started?
Oh, wow. Sell a single purchase product first.
Oh, I like it.
Don't go straight for a membership. Prove that you can get people to spend money with you one time.
Awesome. That was great. Awesome. Thank you so much, Kelly. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.